Hey, friend, welcome back. You want to know how to stop your comeback story right in its tracks? Focus on perfection. Here's what perfection mentality actually does it requires the perfect day, the perfect time, and the perfect start. It requires perfect performance. It requires a full binge because if you ate one cookie, you already ruined it. So you might as well have three more or a whole package more. It sabotages your progress and it demands something that is completely impossible this side of heaven. It demands perfection. And here's what I really want you to hear. Being a perfectionist isn't just a personality quirk. It's ruining your life. And it's preventing you from moving forward. And it's keeping you from becoming the person who you really are inside. And the truth is that I truly believe perfectionism is rooted in shame. And every single time you partner with perfection, it whispers, shame on you. Because perfection is a standard that you can never meet. And it says, shame on you for not keeping your commitments. Shame on you for not being further along. Shame on you for the cookies. Shame on you for the messy house. Shame on you for the missed workout. But the truth is, if you are a Christ follower and Jesus lover like me, shame is not your portion and it's not your inheritance and it's not the life you're called to live. And it was never supposed to be. In fact, as Christ followers, the cross of Christ says, shame off you. And the truth is that perfectionism doesn't just hurt you. It spills onto the people around you because you hold them to the same standards you hold yourself to. And I have to be really honest with you here. This is something I've had to go to my older children and I've had to truly ask for their forgiveness. When my oldest children were little, I required something close to perfect behavior from them. First time obedience. And first time obedience, I held them to as if that was a kind of holy standard. And there was very little grace and there was a whole lot of truth. And it was not warm enough. And I realized one day that the reason I was holding them to that standard was because I was disappointed in myself, like in my own inability to hold all the rules and expectations perfectly. Like disappointed when dinner burned, disappointed when I didn't stick to my commitments. And so I looked for evidence that something in my life was under my control. And I put that pressure on my babies, y'all. So I have asked for my kids for forgiveness for that, and they've forgiven me. And I think a lot of you had somebody in your life who demanded perfection from you too. And you took that on as a standard in your life. And from a mom's heart, I just want to say, I'm sorry that that was put on you. And it's causing your life a lot of misery. And you no longer have to be perfect. You no longer have to show up in a form of perfection. You no longer have to beat yourself up for perceived failures. So here is the reframe that's literally changed my life. Failure or imperfections are just feedback. And I talked about this in an earlier episode, but I want to come back to it here because it is the key that unlocks a progress mentality. When I stopped identifying with failure and started evaluating it, everything shifted. So instead of being like, I failed, I'm a failure, I'm always failing, it became, okay, well, what went well today? Like something had to have gone well today. What was missing today? And what do I want to happen next, tomorrow, or for my next decision? It's a growth mindset. It's a learning craving. It's setting myself up to be just a tiny bit healthier the next day than I was today. And that shift alone, no. That shift, in addition to understanding my identity in Christ and as a daughter of the King, broke shame off of my life. And here's what switching to a progress mentality actually looks like in practice. It means I can restart my goal in the middle of a day on a Thursday. I mean, that's a big deal, right? Instead of waiting for perfect feelings or a perfect time or a perfect situation, it means I can tap into creativity because I'm learning from setbacks instead of being crushed by them. It means I can finish what I start because I don't demand perfection for a finished product. So I don't have to start over and over and over. And progress doesn't say, this is my day one again, like Eeyore. Progress says, this is just the next day on my journey to grow all the way healthy as I can be this side of heaven. Let me give you a quick few contrast because I think these help this to land better and help you to understand where you're operating from perfection. So perfection says, I have to get this right. There's pressure with it. Progress says, I will choose to keep moving forward. Perfection says, mistakes mean I'm failing. Progress says, mistakes mean I'm learning. Perfection says, I have to know the whole path before I start. And progress says, I only need to know the next right step. Perfection says, I will start when I'm ready. And progress says, I'll get ready by starting. Perfection says, success is flawless execution. And progress says, success is consistent action. Here's one I want you to really think about. Progress compounds to lead to incredible results, but perfection postpones and you never get the results you're actually looking for. So here's my final thought for today. You don't become the person you want to be by having a perfect day. You become that person by collecting 1,000 ordinary days where you chose progress over quitting. Progress allows your humanity to actually be your teacher instead of your judge. And it lets you use your setbacks as your guide for the next right step. And it keeps you in the game long enough for the compound effect to actually work. So today, I want you to give yourself permission to be human. I want you to give yourself permission to be a person who's constantly making progress and not perfect. You're not starting over, you're moving forward. Your tiny step for today is that the next time you mess up, because we all do, don't wait for Monday. Don't wait for the first of the month. Don't wait till you feel like it. Don't wait till you're totally ready. Restart right there, right then, right now, in the middle of a Thursday afternoon, and do whatever it takes to just keep moving forward. And this is your daily reminder, my friend, that you're an overcomer. You just have to dare to begin. So let's begin.